We are live. I'll just wait for Aaron to join on the call again. No, she's not yet. Yeah, I think so. I think we're just having a bit of a connection issue here, guys. We'll get back. We'll start the session at past. I think that would be the best thing to do. Oh no, hold on. Karen's on. Right. Let's see. Careers, guys. Okay. I just added Karen to the call. She should be on in a moment. There we go.
Hi.
Hey Karen, welcome to the session.
Thank you.
Right, so we'll get going. Can you give us a short introduction of yourself and what the stock trading challenge is about then?
Sure. So my name's Karen McCann, and my printer's just decided to come on. I am a careers consultant at Careers Employability and Skills, and I will be facilitating the Stock Market Challenge. And the Stock Market Challenge, for anybody who doesn't know about it, is a really fast-moving, exciting stock market challenge simulation game. The game is actually called Finance Lab Pro. And the game is set in a fictitious world financial market, and the aim is to increase the value of a starling fund by trading in company shares. So it's really kind of realistic stock market challenge kind of stock market environment. It's really exciting.
Perfect. I've actually signed up for this program, Karen, so I'm going to have a few questions for you, if that's okay. Who would you say this program is for, and what kind of skills does one need to take part in this program?
So the program is open, although the name probably scares a lot of people off, Stock Market Challenge, but it's actually open to everyone. You don't need to have a background in finance. You don't need to be studying a finance-related subject. It's for anyone with an interest in global markets and trading. Anybody who keeps an eye on what's happening, you know, in the business world. But you don't need to be studying a finance-related subject in order to take part in it. It's open to everyone.
Perfect. Sorry, you were going to say something. You want to go on?
Yeah. I was going to just kind of talk about what it entails. You know,
Yes,
I thought students might be interested. So basically, you don't work on your own. You work in pairs. So students work in pairs on two screens. So it's a dual screen game, and one person is in the role of an investment analyst, and the other person is in the role of a media analyst. So together, they work together to make decisions about, you know, trading decisions, investment decisions based on prices and market shares, but also news feeds that's coming through. So they have to analyse what's happening in the business world and what's happening in the media, as well as make decisions about where they're going to invest. And the investments are based all over the world. There are companies operating in different sectors of the economy all over the world. And at the end, the winning team will be the team that has the highest value fund at the close of trading.
Okay, perfect. And I have a question there actually. What would you say the Stock Market Challenge is closer to a game, or is it more like a simulation? And do I need to have any background knowledge of trading, of equity, stocks in general, or, you know, of how to view and how to trade? Or is
Well,
that
that's a really good question. Yeah, that's a really good question. So it is a game. As I said, it's called Finance Lab Pro. But you don't need to have any experience of games. But also there is for all of those students who have registered, I've set up a Teams chat, and I'll be sending out links to the game so that you can get a sense of how it works and how to play it and get familiar with it before the Stock Market Challenge goes live next Wednesday. So, but no, you don't need any experience of kind of, you know, playing games and things like that. It's just yeah, it tries to it tries to kind of really emulate, to kind of replicate what it would be like to be on the trading floor, to be in that environment. The kind of the noises are there, and the kind of the start horn, and it really tries to kind of emulate that experience.
That's amazing. I'm looking forward to this. What would you say the highlight of this program is or has been for students in the past?
So I think for students, I think the highlights really getting to experience that, what it's like to trade, because it tries to copy it as realistically as possible. So getting that opportunity to kind of experience what it's like to, develop strategies, to kind of adapt your strategies, to trading and investment. But also the chance to kind of to meet with, because employers will be with us on the evening. We'll have representatives from Deloitte, from Fintru, from PwC and First Derivatives, like leading industry financial sector companies. They'll be there to talk about the business opportunities they've got and vacancies that they have, and it's a really good way to network, so not only are you going to get that experience of what it's like to trade, but you can get to meet with employers and win an insight. If you're one of the winning teams, you can get win an insight opportunity with one of the employers, or if you have questions that you want to ask one of the employers, you can do that as well.
Well, perfect. And I suppose it sounds great and the highlights sound amazing, but what would you say is the most challenging aspect of the challenge then?
Challenging, well, it's a strategic game, and you have to make decisions under time pressures, and you've got lots of information coming at you, lots of things that you've got to process and react to. So I think that can be tricky, but it's also great fun. It's really exciting, and so you're not only kind of thinking about what's happening to companies in terms of price. You're also looking to see what pieces of news are impacting on them, and you have to make decisions. So I think that kind of, being strategic, making decisions under pressure, I think that can be very challenging. But then those are the sorts of skills that transfer into, the working life for most people. The students will have the opportunity to kind of, develop team, because they have to work in pairs. You're working in a team, you're solving problems, you're thinking critically, you're working at pace, all of the things which transfer into, your kind of business skills, so skills are really valued by employers.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. And I suppose, well, because I've already signed up for the thing and I'm on the team now, I can see just how many people have already signed up, and there's more coming in. Is there a reason why this program has been so popular?
Well, it's really competitive, and I think it's competitive and it's exciting, and you kind of, you're in control, you're making, investment decisions, you're developing strategies, you're interpreting financial information, and also because it's, we hold it in the computer lab in the computer science building, so everyone's there together. Normally there's like maybe 60 students, and so you actually get a buzz. You get a real buzz, and I think it's just it's really interesting, as well, because of the sorts of things that you're doing and getting to meet the employers, and it's a very relaxed environment as well, which seems a bit ironic considering there's a lot of pressure on you, but because it is a lot of fun, it's very relaxed, and it's a great way to meet people and develop your skills and put yourself to the test, and I think that's really attractive to a lot of students.
Yeah, I was just wondering, whenever you said it's a very relaxed environment, and I know you mentioned there's some of the sounds of the trading floor and all of that's going on. How true to life is the whole experience then?
Well, I think it is true to life. I think the company that developed the program, Finance Lab Pro, is a company called Global Investor Simulations, and they've been doing this for years and years. They work with universities, and they've tried to replicate the experience. So so what you see on the screen and the way that you're making decisions is what it would be like in the actually in the stock market. So it's as close to life as possible. So I think that that's just really there's something just really exciting about that, you know.
Yeah, and I know you've mentioned some of the employers just now, but just to ask you again, what employers are involved in this event this year then?
So it changes from year to year, but this year's employers, we've got PwC, Deloitte, Fintru, and First Derivatives.
Okay, perfect. And what kind of skills would you say students usually develop from this event? What do they get out of it? What do they learn from it?
So I think the skills really are the ability to work under pressure, the decision making, the working at pace, attention to detail, working in teams, critical thinking, solving problems, taking risks, all of those, all of the skills which which graduates need. Yep. going into graduate roles. And I think, as well, that kind of just to understand the importance of those skills, the importance of communicating clearly when you're working under pressure, because as I said, you'll be working in pairs, the students play in pairs. So you need to be really strong in your communication skills and, and I think that kind of, and to be able to work well with your partner, I think it really reinforces the need to do that and to do it well.
Mm-hmm. I was actually just going to ask you about that, just to say that, like, for me, for example, as a final year student, how would this experience translate to, me putting down something on my CV? What kind of skills can I put on my CV that I gained from this experience that would then help me, or, as a tool to show employers?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of the things that I've just mentioned, about the decision making and so on, obviously the Stock Market Challenge is a Degree Plus accredited activity. Mm-hmm. You can use it as one of the activities for your combined experience application. And, I think for that, those like kind of the problem solving, the kind of working in teams, the good communication, the interpersonal skills, and also confidence, those are the kind of the key skills that employers are looking for. So with the Stock Market Challenge, encouraging students to reflect on that, and to kind of reflect on the skills that they've used, and then they're able to use that to articulate that when they're in the recruitment process, so whether that's on your CV or whether it's an interview, they haven't experienced it and haven't done it gives you the confidence to talk about it, so you can easily use that in your graduate job search and in your graduate recruitment easily.
That's great. And Karen, one of the questions I've been asking all of our speakers today, and I'll ask you as well, how does this experience, the Stock Market Challenge in particular, help students build their professional networks?
Well, it's a great way to network, because if you think about it, all of your peers at university are part of your network. So this is a great way to meet people. There'll be 60 students in the room and everybody competing and playing the game. We'll have pizza and refreshments and networking times after, so when the game's over, you can mingle with the employers, mingle with each other. You can connect with each other on LinkedIn, you can connect with the employers, so it's a really good way to kind of to extend your network and meet people from other disciplines, because the Stock Market Challenge is open to all disciplines. Each year, it just amazes me every year. We have winners from the School of HAP, we have winners from the School of Medicine, engineers, just across the board. It's just people with an interest in trading and business life. So yeah, I think it's just one of those things that that just has broad appeal.
Yeah. Yeah. And where can I find the advert for the Stock Market Challenge, and where do we sign up?
So you can find on the careers website, so qub.ac.uk/careers, under the careers events, you'll see the Stock Market Challenge listed there. So it's on Wednesday, the 16th of February, and it starts at 5 o'clock. So we'd like students to be there promptly for starting at 5. So if you could come a little bit earlier to get started. And so it's on the careers website, but you sign up on My Future. Right. So you go in, register on My Future, and then once you've registered, you'll be invited to join a team, and I'll be giving hints and tips and bits of information and things that you can do and links to the game in the run-up to the event itself on the 16th.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you for joining us. And I've already signed up to the event, so I suppose I'll see you.
Brilliant. I look forward to seeing you there.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.